All right, take 20. Let's see if I can kill this microphone battery before I finish making the video here. So I'm just doing a quick little review of all the stuff I have on my bike, all the mods and sparkles. Doing a trip on the Pan American Highway, and that's why I built this bike for. I had a tough time deciding between this and the Honda 500X. And I'm going with this one just because of the more features and weight and just the overall package. I think it was better suited for what I'm trying to do. I like the traction control, especially after upgrading the wheels. It helped out a bit. So I'm not a crazy rider, but it's nice having that feature, especially off-road because I'm fairly green when it comes to off-roading. So tires, I went with the Motos, front and rear. This is the Rally, and that's the Adventure. The Rally is a bit bigger, so this is a 110 80/19, and they don't. That's the only size that was close to stock. And at first, the first 100 miles or so, it was very grippy, and if you lean into a corner, it was hard to get the bike to center for some reason. But now it's fine. I think I took it off roading a little bit and kicked it in. That's fine. I had the high fender, which is fine from Tusk. Kind of pain to install it. I think one of my little bolts up here ended up stripping out or rounding through, but I got it tightened, so it's a permanent install now. So I have the AliExpress engine guard or radiator guard and headlight guard. Pennies compared to what they would cost from like a US supplier, so I mean, you gotta cheap out somewhere. I got the Amazon special LED turn signals. It's actually pretty easy. I wish they were more flush. Where is it? Flush with this, because you kind of have to reuse your OEM piece. But I mean, they cost $40. The only issue was the front. The rear was easy. The front, you have to kind of access this little panel, and my wires are like in here somewhere in there, so I have to take the whole headlight apart to get to it, which is annoying. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to take it apart tomorrow anyway to install my new cruise control module. So I'll get to that in a minute. Highway pegs, I just put these on today actually. It seems like for the cheaper ones or Amazon specials, there's nothing really great out there. I bought a different pair that was more like a Harley cruiser style, but just putting those on hand tied, I ended up snapping or cracking this part right here, so I had to get a different type. These ones are actually altered already. What I ended up doing is I drilled and tapped the piece and the crash bar in two spots here, bam and bam. And actually now when you put your weight on there, it's not gonna actually go anywhere, which is nice. They do still rotate by themselves, which is annoying, but I mean, if you're on the bike, you can just go boop and then bam or bam, and it's fine. I just wanted something a little bit more comfortable than putting my feet on the crash bars. Speaking of which, I got some stuff from TRX Racing. So I got their engine guard, their dash guard, their center stand, and their Arcbusters kit. So buyer beware with this. If you have an aftermarket bar, you will not get the bar ends or the nut piece inside. So they're meant for the OEM bar. So that's something to look out for, because I had to go to the store and pick up the threaded piece, the nut, whatever that crushes and then opens up here. So you have to somewhere that you tighten in here. But yeah, nothing coming about those. They work. This works. It's a kind of a pain in the ass to put on first. It says on the website they're not compatible with the stock bars. And as much as I wanted to buy the bars, I just didn't want to add the extra weight. I think the stock ones actually do a great job and they work. And I didn't feel like upgrading them, because as you can see, they already dropped the bike. My main concern was if I was going to drop it, if it would be enough to where this wasn't going to scratch up or crack or whatever. And I had the bike lay down pretty flat yesterday or last weekend on both sides actually, and no scuffing, nothing here. So I think I'm just going to stick with the stock crash bars. They're light enough, and they're there. But you have to modify them a little bit down here on the bottom screw. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. Just have to modify them a little bit. Zoom in. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's doable. If you have a grinder, it's very doable. I have a Cat 02 sensor delete because my bike was acting up for some reason. Most of you won't need it. But I'll get to the exhaust part. I'll mention it. Why I did that. So yeah, engine guard. I got this. I literally put these on today because I was afraid when actually the bike was leaned over that there was no protection for the actual engine case. I mean, on the bottom it's fine, and everybody sat on this bash plate before. I just didn't have anything for here, which was now my only concern. You have to take a minute to get used to it because your foot wants to rest on here, or try to use this as your clutch lever, which is kind of annoying. But once you get used to it, it's fine. I did have to also modify the bottom of here to grinder to the center stand, because when you put this bar up, they rub. Especially, I mean, I guess if you're using no extension here, this doesn't rub. But as soon as this is on, it tends to rub on the bottom of it, which is annoying. This is also the eBay special. It's fine, $10 or whatever I spent on it. Black Dog. Pegs. They're expensive, I know. But in my opinion, at this point, I did too much research into it, and then I just caved and bought them. They were great. I have no issues with them. I wish it was a little bit more rounded, I think, or maybe another lengthwise they're good. They're better because I was gonna get the pivot pegs, and those things are narrow, which is annoying. But these are great, no issues. Luggage wise, I have Nelson rig for the tank bag and for their duffel. I have Moscow for their side panniers, and I have their other gear. The only thing with the racks is with the Gibby system. I have the Gibby racks. If you can kind of see there with the rack, they go down, and it has like a little bit of a U shape here. And trying to get that spacing right is annoying because trying to put these on, make sure you put them on and you tighten the plate after maybe 100 miles. And then just carry that their wrench with you, and then every maybe 100, 300 miles or so, just kind of give them a little snug and make sure they're all snugged up, because every once in a while they tell you not to use Loctite for some reason, but I probably would have. I do have the Gibby toolbox as well. It's pretty useful. It's packed with all my tools, so that way it's not all over the bike or in the bag. I mean, I have some stuff in the bag. But yeah, so I did the mid-pipe delete. So I did like a Amazon special, and then I have the slip-on from Dominator. And I would suggest you get their Decibel Killer. If you order directly from their website, not eBay, you do save some money, and it is faster to ship to you. So that's just a thing to look out for. Also, it's like a windshield. If you use, I know, the old man and writing, or I forgot, Frank. If you use like the Italian website, Caprimoto, they ship quick, and that's where I bought all the Gibby stuff. So I bought their windscreen, their rack, their toolbox, and I think something else. And I ended up saving like $300, and I ordered it like Friday night, and it was here Monday morning. So it's great, no complaints. Definitely, if you're gonna go with this, it's not tall enough, you can get the extension from Amazon. This cruise control, it's there, but I don't like this because I had the KO one on my other bike, and that one just locked it, and this one, over time, it just tends to wander up, and you just can't keep constant speed. So that's why I'm going with the Meridian Cruise, the guys out of Calgary, Canada. What they do is they replace this with the 890 controller or handset, and use that. So that's coming in today or tomorrow, whenever UPS delivers. Well, let's do that again.